Welcome to Life with Marlene, and welcome to the Life Lessons podcast. If you are new to Life with Marlene, hit the like and subscribe. Thank you all so much for being here. Today on the Life Lessons podcast, I definitely wanted to talk about, the love that you have for yourself. I think it's very important to be in a space in your life where you learn to love yourself. And many people, they go through their entire life and they never get to the space of where they learn to love themselves. And I wish that for everyone. I hope that for everyone, but everyone doesn't get to that space in their life where they ever get to say that they love themselves. And unfortunately, that means that the people who don't get to that space where they never learn to love themselves because you love yourself and you're taking care of yourself and you've worked on yourself, they hate you. And we tend to think that, these people are just angry and bitter. And yes, many of them are. But one lesson that I had to learn in my life is I was not responsible for other people's happiness. If they wanted to be upset and miserable and angry and spiteful and jealous and all of those things, I couldn't do anything about it. And the same thing to all of you gems. We can't do anything about people who don't love themselves. People have to learn how to love their own self. And that's a personal journey, it's a personal walk in learning to love yourself. Um, because if you don't ever get to that space of where you know yourself, you love yourself, and you know how to be your own friend, you're going to make other people in your life miserable. And ask me how I know. I know because I was one of those persons. I was always jealous of other women. I was always jealous of other people that had the things that I thought I wanted. Sometimes we think that we want what another person has. We become envious of them, jealous. We wish we had those talents. We wish we had their gifts. We wish we had their life. When, all you see is the highlight reel of other people's life. I learned through experience and personal growth to want to love my own life, want to love my own self, and not to want somebody else's life. We sometimes will look at another individual and think that they have everything going, right? They have the dream life. Look at their car, look at their house, look at their family. They seem to have all the happiness in the world. But every single person is human. Every single person goes through something. Every single person goes through a struggle in their life. And I had to come to that space in my life to stop wanting what other people had and to learn to want what was meant to be for me. I had to do that for myself. And I wish that for you all. I hope that for you all, that you can get to a space in your life to where you can want your own peace of mind. You can want your own happiness. You want your own joy. You want to use your own talents. And some people never get to that space in their life where they know how to be happy for themselves, much less knowing how to be happy for you. Hey, Toot, how are you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Happy Tuesday. I hope all is well with you. I had to get to that space in my life where I had to learn how to, just learn me, period. Learn to appreciate myself for the way that I looked, how my skin tone, the way that I talk, my body image, learning to love all of it. And some people never learn to embrace themselves fully. They always are trying to be somebody else, or they're trying to be what social media or what other people think that they should look at. A lot of people don't know how to receive themselves exactly how they are. Hey, Miss Eunice, how are you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much, Toot. I appreciate it. How are you doing, Miss Eunice? Welcome in. And if you could hit the like, I really appreciate it. Toot says, I'm blessed and thankful to see another day. That's more than enough to be thankful for. Amen. How are you? I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much. I wanted to show my support. Thank you so much, Toot. I appreciate you. And I had to learn it for myself, learning to embrace all of me, learning to embrace my skin color, my hair texture, my just accepting and receiving all of me. And until you get to that space in your life to where you actually look at yourself and say, I like myself, and start to form a friendship with yourself, and then learn to love yourself and build confidence. And some people, they never get to that space. They never get to a space in their life where they're ever satisfied with their own self, with how they look, with so much things, because many people have been messed up from their childhood. You know, a lot of people, because they actually hate themselves, they do such mean spirited, evil, and hurtful things. Words are something that people will say that will follow us our entire life. But we cannot go through our whole life and blaming everybody because of what somebody said to you, whatever, how many years ago. Doing awesome. That's great, Eunice. Thank you so much for being here. Now, I had to get to that space in my life, and I hope you all have got to that space, or you're on the road, on the way to it. We each have to work on our own self-esteem, learning to embrace ourselves. But some people don't get to that space because they don't know how, and they're not humble enough to go inside of themselves and say, I need some help. I got to that space in my life where I was so tired of being jealous of other people. I was so tired of being miserable. I was so tired of, complaining about my life and not doing anything about it. I didn't know how to make changes. All I knew is when I saw a woman that was very beautiful, or somebody who had an amazing family, and that's what I wanted. I hated them for that. And for a long time, I thought it was that I hated them, but it wasn't that. I hated myself. And not many people will come to a space in their life that they actually can say that out loud. Hey, Brad, how are you doing? I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. A lot of people never get to that space in their life where they know how to be happy with themselves, like themselves, you know, have enough courage to go after their dreams and give themselves the permission to start over again. I had to do that so many times in my life where things didn't work out, whether relationship, family, jobs. We have to give ourselves that freedom to say, start over again. Certain people who are in our life are not meant to stay in our life because they're toxic. They're dragging us down. They're stopping you from being your best, from feeling your best. And until we get to the space to where we feel that we have to take whatever people put out there, we'll never feel good about ourselves. Thank you so much, Brad. I appreciate your super sticker. Let me stop that music and play that panda song. Thank you, Brad. When the super chat hits, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brad. I appreciate it. And a lot of people never get to that space in their life where they know how to be happy for themselves. Yeah, that's Hip Hop Panda. I'm looking for a few different things for my for different things on the channel, and your super chats definitely help for me improving my editing tools and other things. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, thank you, Brad. Yeah, and I just got to say this. Why can't other women and other men learn to be happy for another person? You know, when another person is winning, especially if it's somebody who's younger than you start getting the looks, the nasty looks, or they start talking about you behind your back or in your face, and you have done nothing to these people. You have done nothing to them. They don't know anything about you. All they know is they hate you because they can't have your life or they can't have what you're getting, especially if you're getting lots of accolades, you're getting lots of people saying how amazing you are, you're being celebrated and they're not. They hate you for that. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. And I had to learn that for my own self is I have to be okay with myself, regardless of who likes you. And this applies to social media too. Um, People bring their real life onto this app. You know how I say it all the time. People could say it all day long how much they love themselves, but it shows in the way you treat other people. You constantly disrespecting other people, it means that you don't respect yourself. I don't have to step on other people. I know how to celebrate other people. I know how to be happy for other people when they're winning. And if somebody's doing something that I feel is weird or strange, I know how to be grown enough to walk away. See, I know that part now. I didn't know when I was in that jealous, that miserable, that backbiting and gossiping season. I didn't know how to be happy for other people because I wasn't happy for myself. And until you learn how to be happy with who you are, with the way you look, with your special gifts, see, I had to learn to like my own gifts, like my own blessings, go after my own dreams. And if something isn't working for me, go out there and make it happen. I'm not sitting and waiting for a handout. You know, go and work hard, go and achieve. And a lot of people, they think because you're getting success at your job or you're getting success in your business or whatever, that they're trying to sabotage your success. They're trying to sabotage you from winning. But all it ever does is backfire. I've seen it happen time and time again. People try to sabotage your winning. People try to sabotage you from being happy. And all it ever does is backfire. And it backfires hard. No matter how much they try, no matter how much someone tries to get you outside of, something, when people try to portray you like this villain or you're such a bad person, and people who know you, they won't fall for that okey doke. They won't fall for that. As adults, we have to learn to, if somebody is not your cup of tea, just walk away, especially on social media. Just leave people alone. Leave them alone and let them do whatever it is that they want to do. You don't have to be in agreement. You don't have to like what other people say. And I say the same thing on this app for myself. I know everybody's not going to like me. It's the same thing that applies to real life. Not everybody is going to like you. Not everybody is going to get along with you. And we have to learn to be okay with that. It's all right when people don't like you. And you don't have to hate people because you're not getting along, or they won't do the same things as you, or they won't do whatever you want them to do. Some people will get big mad because they can't control you. And I think that's really weird. I think it's really, really weird. Um, the people who allow others to control them. The more you learn to love yourself is the more you can allow other people to be themselves. But the ones that are so angry, have you ever seen them in real life? I know I've seen it on this app where people get so mad because they can't control what you do. They can't control what you say, and they can't control what your audience, your supporters of your channel do. I think that's super strange. Hey, Miss Betty, how are you doing? Appreciate you being here. Happy Tuesday. Good afternoon to you. Thank you for being here. I hope you're having a great day. One thing that I had to learn for myself is I had to learn how to be okay in my own skin. And I believe that's called self awareness. Be aware of what makes you happy, be aware of, being yourself, learning to be confident, not looking to the left or the right of you and what other people think about you and all of those things. That's a mature thing. And many people on social media, in real life, our relatives, friends, workmates, there's always going to be people who will not like you. There will always be people who will try to get you down, try to say things about you, try to throw you under the bus. But don't let those people stop you from being your best self. Don't let anybody stop you from your joy. Don't let anybody stop you from your peace of mind. Life is too short for that. And we can't do anything about the people who hate themselves. But don't let other people who hate themselves allow you to be miserable. That was a lesson for me. I couldn't let other people anymore stop me from feeling good about myself. I had to learn that. I used to always be like, when I would have a manager or I would have a relative, especially when I was in a bad romantic relationship, and if they were in a bad mood, they wanted to make you in a bad mood. And I had to learn how to separate that. And one person being in a bad mood or being miserable, that has nothing to do with me. And a lot of people don't understand that. They don't understand that no matter how much you try to sabotage my success, no matter how much you try to sabotage my peace, no matter how jealous or envious of me they can be, it's not going to stop me from being myself. And I say the same thing to all of you gems. Don't let other people stop you from being yourself and living your life. They'll get mad because you're working and your business is going good and you have good relationships with your children, or so on and so forth. You put in the hard work to have those things. You put in the hard work to be the woman or the man that you are, and people just don't get it. They don't get it. And they'll do anything to try to make you get miserable just like them. Right, Eunice? They will try anything. They will try anything, and they will do anything to disrupt your peace. They will do anything to break you down, right? They will. They'll do anything. But don't let other people stop you from feeling good about yourself. And I see it, and I think that it's so sad, the parents who are in such a bad space in their life, that they may be 30, 40, 50 plus years old, and they still have never learned how to love themselves. And because of that, their children are have a lot of issues because they don't know how to be happy for their children. They don't know how to be happy for others because they don't know how to be happy for themselves. Until you get in that space in your life where you know how to, okay, this is my life. I'm responsible for me. I'm responsible for how I feel about myself, not other people. Many, many, many years, I allowed other people to make me feel bad about myself. I allowed other people to have so much power and control over me by what they thought about me, who liked me, who didn't like me, who supported me, who didn't support me. I allowed all of those things to affect me, and I started to feel bad about myself. I would doubt myself, or I would let other people's fears become mine. Eunice says, so true. I have had so many coworkers, um, so all friends, so-called, I think you meant so-called friends to stab me in the back, talk about me, very jealous. What is a situation? Oh, that's a situation for them. It is. It's a situation for them because they're the one with the problem. They're the one with the issue, not us. But I had to learn it, and we have to learn that as human beings. There's no classes that teaches us um, to have self-confidence, to have love for ourselves. That's something that we have to do for ourselves. We have to give ourselves that power. And that's why I said this is a life lesson podcast. It's a lesson in life to learn to look at yourself and to be happy with yourself. Don't allow your situation, don't allow the things that you did in the past. We can't continuously beat up ourselves for what we did years ago before our awareness, before we were mature enough. Because sometimes you just don't get there until you get there. I know one day I just woke up and I got sick and tired of being jealous. I got sick and tired of being miserable. I got sick of not being at peace. I got sick of not having my own everything and not depending on other people for my happiness, for my joy. And I definitely had to learn that I can be happy whether I'm in a relationship or I'm not in a relationship. A lot of people don't know how to be happy on their own. They have to always be in a crowd of people, and they always have to have other people, you know, feeding into their whatever, feeding into their mind to make them feel good about themselves. So whether a person celebrates me or likes me or whatever the case may be, I had to learn for myself that regardless of what they think, whether they like me, I had to learn to like me. And until I did that, I was hating myself. Because if you're only feeling about yourself what other people think about you, if all you're ever getting is negativity, hatred, jealousy, all of those things, then you'll never be in a happy space if that's all the, you're what you're feeding your mind, what you're feeding your heart, what you're feeding your spirit and your soul. It's so important for us to also, know how to connect with our higher power. And I have to say that for a long time, I didn't know how to love me. So I had to depend on God to give me that strength that I used to say, God, I don't know how to know me. I don't know how to love me. I don't know how to be my own friend because I was going through therapy at the time. And I said, can you make a bridge for me? Can you show me the way? Can you put the footsteps in front of me? Can you help build my confidence? And slowly but surely, one day I woke up and I remember start smiling at myself. And then that smile turned into peace, and that peace turned into confidence, and that confidence turned into me getting focused. And I believe that that's the issue with most of us. We allow our minds to be focused on other people instead of being focused on ourselves, being focused on our purpose, instead of who cares, who likes us and who doesn't. a lot of people in this life are gonna hate us. And I think what hurts the most is when the people who are our relatives hate us. I think that's the thing that hurts the most, when it's your relative, it's your spouse or significant other that will do things to you that is just unbearable. It's unbearable, the pain. That saying is true. The ones that love us, love, quote unquote, love us the most, hurt us the most, because hurt people. And because they don't know themselves, they don't know how to love themselves, they don't know what love is. They haven't worked on their inside. They haven't healed that past hurt. And until you learn how to heal your past hurt, you will always be putting out hatred to other people. You will always be jealous. You will always lack confidence. And until I learn to push all of that aside and put that in the corner and say, that has nothing to do with me. That's a you problem. That's not a me problem. Don't allow other people to put their problems on you, because people will do it every day. They'll make it seem like it's your problem, like you have to fix that they have issues, that they don't do what they're supposed to do, that they got fired, or they're not having, you know, good success at their job or whatever, or they're having problems in their relationships. They have to be the ones to work on themselves. And I had to have enough courage within myself to walk away from people that hate themselves. It's not that I don't love them. There's a lot of people I love, but I have to love them from afar, because I cannot allow another person to jeopardize my peace of mind. I cannot allow another person to stop me from being focused on my goals in my life, from using my talents. And the people who are miserable and hate themselves and are jealous, they will stop you from living your best life. You will never be able to do anything, because every time you turn around, they want your help, they want your support, they they want your advice. But here's the thing, they're asking for advice that they are never going to take. And that used to drive me crazy. Hey, Miss Purple, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday to you. Appreciate you being here. I hope all is well with you. And that's something that I definitely had to learn. I had to learn how to love myself. And for many people, especially people who come from urban communities or don't have a lot financially, the parents really don't teach them how to love themselves, how to believe in themselves, how to have their own self-esteem. Don't let anybody take away your confidence. And it's something that I had to learn for me. Oh, I hope you feel better, Miss Purple. I really do. I hope you get some rest and you get to feeling yourself again. And that's something that it is so hard. It's so hard to break generational curses. I had to break a generational curse. Um, I grew up in I wouldn't say loveless family, but I think my family, all of us loved each other, but everybody was in their own world being selfish. My siblings were doing their own thing, but it wasn't a coming together. And that's not good in a family, because everybody, what they're dealing with, you should be supported. And I wasn't getting that. So after my life shifted and my parents were no longer alive, I had to make a choice to stop being, like, them, because I grew up with them. Of course, they're my siblings, but I did not have a true relationship with them. And I said, it's time for us to stop being selfish and start being selfless. So I had to start the ball rolling. Thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for being my brother or my sister. And I did the same thing with my friends. See, when you learn to love yourself, you can learn how to love others. Because I was at a space in my life now that I have peace, that I have joy, that I don't need to step on anybody in order for me to elevate. I know how to look at somebody and say, you look nice in your dress or your or your outfit or whatever. And it doesn't mean to take away from me, because I've heard people say, oh, who do they think they are? Look at their outfit, or they always have this. That's jealousy. Let's leave that jealousy behind. Be happy for another person. I always say that you don't know what that person has been through in order to be the person that they are. Some people just waking up and standing up. Because I know I've had those days where I just want to just be in the bed and just take that cover and put it over my head and just say, let's try again tomorrow. But I don't do that, because some days are good, some days are not so good. But I don't allow how I'm feeling to disturb my peace. I don't allow other people to stop me from doing my best and being my best. Never allow other people to take your confidence down. Some people don't deserve to be in our life, okay? They don't deserve us. I had to learn that from knocking my head against the wall so many times, not just with my relatives, but in relationships, with friends, in the workplace. People will use you and they will run over you back and forth as many times as you allow. Until you learn to love yourself, nobody is going to love you. And that's for sure. That's for real. I put that on everything. Until you learn how to love yourself, nobody is going to love you. You got to learn to love you first. You have to know how to set some boundaries. You have to be your own friend. You have to have confidence. You have to put in work in yourself. And many people don't want to do that. They don't. They don't want to put in any work into themselves. They want to be angry. They want to blame other people. They want to be jealous of another person. They want to be entitled. And that's up to them if that's what they want. But I cannot allow other people, even the people that I love so much, my siblings, my friends, co-workers, people that I've known many years. I had to stop allowing people in my life to stop me from feeling good about myself. Like if I had on an outfit or I bought something, they'd be like, oh, look at you. Oh, you think you're all that now. Like, and you're like, what? Like, it's crazy to me. But I understand, because I used to be in that space. I know what it feels like to be jealous of other people. Until I learned how to love myself, all I could ever do was hate other people. It's just the name of the game. It's just life. It's reality. Until you learn how to love yourself, until you learn confidence, until you learn forgiveness, until you learn how to have your own spiritual connection that will keep you centered and focused, you're always going to falter. You're never going to be on um a solid foundation, because if you're only depending on other people, humans aren't reliable. You can't trust in human. You have to get into that spirit. There's certain things that we can't do. We can't do it all. We can't. It's impossible. Yeah. Yes, and they sure will wait. They sure will, until you say enough is enough. And we have to be the ones to be able to stand up and say, I don't have to take your foolishness. I don't have to take your rubbish behavior. And the crazy thing about it is, sometimes we'll be in relationships with people romantically, and you're looking like, you don't even look that good, or you don't even have anything. Like, what was I thinking? And the same thing with friendships. You'll be trying to wear yourself out. You'll be the best friend that they will ever have. You'll be so nice to them, so supportive, but you're not getting the same thing back. Next thing you'll hear, they're talking about you, throwing you under the bus, spreading your personal business. But that's because they hate themselves. And until you know how to love yourself, you don't know how to be loyal. You don't know how to respect other people. You don't know about boundaries. Exactly, Miss Purple. Miserable people want you to be miserable too. That's what they want. As their whole goal in life is to make you miserable, just like them. And until you do something about it, until you make a choice to change it, Nothing is going to change. And I do honestly, I feel sad for people who don't love themselves. I really do. I feel sad for them, but I had to stop, you know, diminishing who I was. Stop putting down my value, you know, that I had to have value within myself. And the same thing to all of you gems. Find your own personal value, not based on how much money you have, not based on how the way your body looks, because listen, that changes as we get older, anyways. So if you're only going to be vain and focus on your outside, it's about who you are inside. Who are you as a person? How do you treat yourself? How do you treat other people? Are you kind? Are you respectful? But also, do you have enough boundaries that you put out there? Because if you don't, other people will run all over you. If you don't tell people, that's as far as you can go. You're not going to talk to me like that. Uh-uh. No more. I don't have to deal with that. Until you know those boundaries, until you learn how to love yourself, until you respect yourself and you have enough courage to speak up for yourself and to say, I deserve better than that. And until you know how to say that for yourself, until you believe you deserve better, you will never get better. Let me tell you, everything in my life shifted when I got to that space in my life. When I finally found out that I was only getting what I believed. And because I believed I could never do better, of course, I was doing a lot of settling. I was sticking in a job that I hated. I was staying in a relationship with somebody that it wasn't going anywhere. That relationship was dead from the beginning. I was settling for people who weren't my friends. They were just using me for so I could pay for their food, or just wanted to hang around with me, or just wanted to know my business, but they weren't really there for me until I actually opened up my eyes and allowed myself to see the reality, like, wait a minute, they only call you when they want something, or they're only hanging around you for this, or they're only in the relationship because this is a sexual relationship. They're not in this is not a growing thing. They're not trying to be your husband. They're not trying to make you a wife. Like, what are you doing? Respect yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Don't stick around and do things that you don't have to settle. We think sometimes, oh, who will want me, who will like me. Trust me, when you elevate your confidence, you're going to have people dropping at your feet who can't wait to be your wife, or can't wait to be your husband, or can't wait to be your friend, or you are a very valuable employee. When you start having confidence and believing in yourself, everything in your life will shift. Everything shifts when you shift. When your mindset shifts, so do the people around you. And unfortunately, some of these people have to drop off because they weren't supposed to be there anyways. They need to go. Right there, there's the door. You can leave. And you have to start telling people, you know, you can go. I don't want you around. Stop answering their phone calls. And please, everybody, stop telling people your business. Stop telling people your business, your personal, private business, especially these people here on this app of YouTube. They don't know you. They don't like you. They're not paying your bills. All people want to know is your business so that they can spread it and laugh at you. People just like to clown you. Okay? So be careful what you put out there in real life and also on social media, because what you put on social media follows you forever, for a lifetime. Even now, employees are looking at your social media before they will hire you. So be careful. Really, really be careful. Yes, Eunice, that was me. When I started loving me, I learned I was worthy. That's right, Miss Purple. And you are. Every single one of you gems here or in the replay is worthy. You're worthy. You're deserving and capable of doing and being anything that you want, but you're the one that has to be convinced of it. I was always waiting for other people to convince me of their love for me, of their friendship, of their support. When I wasn't doing the hard work myself, I wasn't doing the background work. I wasn't doing the work on me until I learned to have confidence in myself, until I learned to believe in me, until I learned what I was good at. And then believed in that enough to say, I'm going to be focused. I'm going to be consistent. I'm not going to procrastinate, and I'm going to take care of me mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Until I got into that space, I knew for sure I didn't love myself. I hated myself. And I know that it's harsh to say that, and a lot of people will always deny it, but I have no problem being transparent. I'm a real woman. I'm a real human being. I know what it is like to hate yourself. I know what it is like to have zero self esteem. I know what it is like to be used as a doormat by other people, but no longer. And the same thing. That's the reason why I wanted to do this podcast. Don't let people run all over you, no matter who it is in your life. It could be your children, your spouse, your significant other, your friend, your relative in the workplace. Don't let people run all over you, try to run your life, run your business, and make you feel like you're stupid. Know your bills. Don't give away your money to people just for friendship. People will buy friends. Don't do that. If people want to be your friend, they'll do something nice for you too. They'll want to treat you sometimes. They'll want to take you somewhere, do something nice for you. It does not have to be you all the time. That's called boundaries, you know? Not being a doormat. Don't let other people do that to you. Hey Kyle, how are you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you so much. Yes, good afternoon to you. Yes, Miss Purple. Many of us, we learned that the hard way, right? We learned that the hard way about being a doormat, of being used. We let people use us for such a long time, right? Until we actually open our eyes, like, okay, like, wait a minute, you're not who you say you are, or you're not doing what you said. People will do the love bombing thing. They'll do all these things because they have the hope that you have no confidence in yourself, that you don't love yourself enough to see through the smoking mirrors. And people will put on a whole show, and then slowly, when the mask drops off and you really find out who they are, you find out that they don't love themselves. They hate themselves, and because they hate themselves, they want to put you on their level. Don't let other people lower you down, take you down, make you decline. See, life is about elevating and you improving, not only intellectually, emotionally, spiritually. Experience some personal growth. And it does not matter what age you are. You could be a young child to 90 years old. It's never too late for you to make changes in your life. Never too late. It's never too late for you to receive yourself, to look at yourself in the mirror and to say, I love me. And because I love me, I'm going to make good choices. Because I love me, I'm not going to let other people use me. Because I love me, I'm going to use my gifts and my talents because I deserve to. Whatever it is that you're good at, don't sit on your gifts. Don't sit on your talents. Use them and have enough courage to follow through. Yeah, show you're right, Eunice. Good to see you too, Kyle. Hey, East, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, everything is good on this end. Estab. Right, Kyle. I'm doing amazing as always. Yes, Miss Purple. I'm just telling the truth. I've been through. You all have no idea the things that Marlene has been through. I just give a little bit. I share a little bit of some things that I've been through in my life, but other people have no idea the hills and the valleys that you have had to climb to be in a space to where you have enough confidence in yourself. They have no idea. But people who hate themselves, have never worked on themselves, and they want to be, they're always arguing, always yelling, always complaining, always making excuses, blaming other people for their issues. When you're grown, if you don't like something, complaining about it will do nothing. It won't do anything, okay? If you don't like your life, have enough courage to change it, you know? And I just wanted to say in conclusion, love yourself, everybody. To all you gems, love yourself. Self-love is the key. Don't let other people who hate themselves make you hate your own self. Take your power back. Set boundaries. Forgive yourself. Forgive other people so that you can go and live your best life. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Life Lessons podcast. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. If you have not hit the like already, if you have not subscribed, share this out on your social media sites. Please do so. I really appreciate every single one of you. And I got to get up out of here because I got to go over to my other channel and do a member only live stream. Thank you all so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Love yourself, love your life. This is Life with Marlene, and I'm out.